Emu Apocalypse, day 365. Well, it's happened. I've been saying it for years. No one believed me, but now it's here. The bloody emus have taken over. Humanity is all but extinct. For all I know, I'm the last bloody person on the planet. Though if those bloody emu have their way, that might not be the case much longer. I'm recording this video in case any other humans are still alive and somehow find this. But I should start at the beginning. A few years ago, some insane Aussie scientist, Dr. Vegemite McBoomerang, decided to try and genetically modify emus for advanced warfare. Emus, as you all probably know, are demonic creatures of darkness. These devil birds can run up to speeds of 31 miles per hour, have long knife-like talons at the ends of their dinosaur feet, and, most terrifying of all, are pretty much bulletproof. And all this was before Dr. McBoomerang began his experiments. He managed to create all kinds of emus with various abilities. Soon the emus realized how much more powerful they were over the human masters and rebelled against them, massacring all the humans on Australia and then the world over. It also doesn't help that the emus have continued running these genetic experiments on themselves. I've been able to fully infiltrate the emu database, but I have figured out the head of the emu genetics experiments is this emu by the name of Yautja, who's one ugly emu. He has these weird dreadlocks coming out of his head, strange mandibles where his beak should be, and strangely enough, a bloody laser coming out of his back. Oh, look at the time. Every day I spend an hour on the surface, trying to find any more supplies or survivors, so logging off for now. Emu Apocalypse, day 366. As mentioned in my last recording, I left to go do my hourly time on the surface, and began looking for survivors. At first I thought I might have found some, as there was this farm that had a few torches lit up. However, I found no one. Well, no one human, that is. After 20 minutes of walking around, I suddenly heard a noise. I quickly looked around and saw an emu, but not like one I'd ever seen. Instead of feathers, it had some strange, leathery skin. It also didn't have eyes, and its face was covered in these strange plates that seemed to lift up and down, revealing pink flesh beneath. I'm an Aussie, so I see a lot of gross stuff on a daily basis, but that was a bit much for even me. But luckily, I did soon find out this creature had one weakness. At one point, I thought I was good as dead, as the creature looked straight at me. However, it didn't do anything, and acted like I wasn't there. That's when I realized it didn't have eyes, and must have operated purely off sound. I tried to slowly walk away, but accidentally stepped on a nail that was left out and winced in pain. The creature heard me, and with murderous intent rushed at me. I tried to shoot it with my rifle, but the bullets merely bounced off its bulletproof skin. But luckily, I had an idea. I grabbed a piece of rubble that was lying around and threw it in the opposite direction. It hit a wall, obviously making a noise, and making the emu think that there was something over there. It walked over there, and I was able to escape. Emu Apocalypse, day 368. Well, humanity's screwed. The emus, they've done what humans have only dreamed of for years. They've unlocked immortality. No, I've not gone insane, at least not any more than I've already gone. The emus have genuinely become immortal. But I should probably tell you how I came to this realization. So yesterday I was out on the surface looking for supplies when I came across this old pizza restaurant. Hoping there might be some pizza left inside, I broke in and began to raid the fridge. However, I soon realized I was not alone. Suddenly, an emu jumped out from behind me and scratched its long, sharp talons on my back. I pulled out my rifle and began to shoot the emu, but as I stated before, emus are near bulletproof, so this didn't do much. The emu shrugged off all the hits and grabbed a knife off the kitchen counter. Holding the knife in its beak, it began to slice at me, but I grabbed a bread knife from the counter and began to fight back. Our knife fight continued for a bit, with both landing hits on each other. Eventually, the emu ran off, but I wasn't content to let this bird live. I'd followed it, but I didn't realize at the time that this was what the emu wanted. I wandered into a dark room filled with tables and chairs, as well as checkered patterned floors. All around there appeared to be animatronic parts and piles, until one of the piles began moving. The bloody emu, in an attempt to hide itself, I guess, had dressed itself in one of these animatronic suits, making it look like a strange emu-rabbit hybrid. I quickly noticed it though and shot it straight through the head, killing it. I even checked its pulse, just to make sure it was really dead, which it was. However, the next day I saw the same emu, alive as if nothing had happened. Well, as if nothing had happened was a bit inaccurate, as it was still wearing the same suit parts and still had the exact same wounds I had given it the same day prior. Somehow, this emu had come back to life. Emu Apocalypse, day 375. I think this is it, folks. They found me. The emu regime has finally found me. After my incident with that immortal rabbit emu, I spent about a week hiding in my underground bunker, too scared to face the world. I managed to live based on what little pizza I was able to find, as well as some spare jars of Vegemite that I had lying around. But eventually, food ran out, and if I wanted to survive, I would have to go back up to the surface. Despite my fear, I did it, and immediately was found by an emu. This one looked normal enough, no odd colorations, mandibles, or bulletproof skin. It just looked like an emu, albeit wearing a blue mechanic's uniform, a white mask, and wielding a kitchen knife. It immediately began walking towards me, albeit rather slow. Still, I wasn't going to take chances and shot it twice in the face, hoping this would kill it. The emu crumpled to the ground, but then immediately stood back up, its eyes being nothing but bleeding holes. It then proceeded to run after me, faster than an emu I'd ever seen, almost as if it was teleporting. I quickly ran back up to my bunker and locked the door, but the creature proceeded to kick the door and proceeded to dent it. With a few more of those kicks, I reckon it could break down the door at any minute. If you find the video, please somehow don't try and fight them. Just hunker down and hope they all die of old age. No, he broke down the door. No, please, don't do this.